The Industrial Revolution ushered in a new era that threatened to transform the values of men. No longer would spirituality be their compass. But not all welcomed the change. In 1783, just as the fires of the Laki eruption had plunged all of Europe into an ashen darkness, a horde of demons spilled from the shadows and fell upon city after English city. It was a message. The Alchemy Guild, fearing the rise of industrialism and abandonment by their wealthy patrons, had done the unthinkable to defend their existence. Through recondite arts, the alchemists had created shard binders, humans transplanted with crystal that attuned them to demonic power. They sacrificed the shard binders, and in doing so threw the gates of the world open to demonkind. Countless innocents died, and though the Church succeeded in vanquishing the Hell's End, a steep price had already been paid and collected. As for the shard binders, they were presumed to have all died in the sacrificial rite. However, 2 survived. Jebel, a boy for whom by some miracle the rite did not prove fatal. And Miriam, a girl who was spared the rite altogether on account of the strange slumber that took her just before it could begin. 10 years have passed, and mankind too soon forgets tragedy. The demons have returned, presaged by a great castle. And on this very hour, Miriam awakens. Upon learning Jebel is the architect of this new, bloodstained ritual, Miriam and the alchemist Johannes set forth for the accursed castle. Their galleon cuts through the water, lancing towards the inevitable.
Johannes.
It was Jebel's doing, Miriam. No mistake.
It's so hard to believe. I wouldn't even be alive if not for him. He's a good soul.
I know how you feel. But the facts are apparent. And the hell he endured 10 years ago would break the best of souls. Miriam, I want you to know that I'm sorry. What my brothers subjected you to, there's no forgiving it.
It was their transgression, not yours. You always took care of us.
Obviously, not enough.
Well, let it go, Johannes. We need to focus on the task ahead. If Jebel is responsible for the summoning, then I have to stop him. I gave him my word.
I ought to do it. He was my best friend.
But I'm the only one who can. The shard experiments prepared me for combat. Let them amount to something. 10 whole years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer. All I know is the spell that stopped time for you was advanced, arcane. But by observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to predict exactly when you would wake up.
Oh, I see.
We'll make landfall soon. You should get ready. I had the chest there packed with essential equipment. Now... Good. you're prepared.
I'll take care of...
Was that a shard?
I'd forgotten the way it felt. Like...
The demon's power was transmuted into that shard, which forcibly bonded to the crystal. The strength you gain from it is undeniable, but eventually...
I thought the procedure you discovered halted the...
It did, but that doesn't guarantee you'll be safe if you start absorbing shards in massive quantities.
I know my body's limits better than anyone, and I'm going to need all the power I can get. And if I run into trouble, you can help me. You've done it before. You'll do it again.
Thanks for giving me a choice in the matter. Well, I won't let you down. Not if I can help it. Just promise you won't push yourself.
How did they get inside?
The demons from the castle must have...
Then they can help me wake up these muscles of mine. I'll...
So, Sleeping Beauty, you've decided to awaken.
Jibal, tell me you didn't do this. It doesn't make any sense.
How does it not? After all...
Johannes told me what they did to you, and you're right, it's horrible. But what you're doing now is just as bad.
No! No, there you are very wrong. What the alchemists did was reshuffle our bodies. What I intend to do is reshuffle the world. I'd say I've earned the right. Join me, Miriam. You're the only one who understands the pain I feel.
What? I was the one that came to you broken. Convinced...
This is nonsense!
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad. I'd given up on my humanity, but you restored my hope.
Master Jibal.
Miriam, I tire of reminiscing with you. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Along the way, you'll have no choice but to absorb shards and avail yourself of the powers of hell. If you can still claim to be human at the end of it all, then perhaps I might be more inclined to listen. Come, Gregory. We're leaving.
Jibal, wait! I saw it. Just a flicker.
Bloodstained.
Promise you'll be careful.
Thank you, Miriam. You know who I am.
I'm sorry we couldn't get here sooner, Dominique.
So this is
Yes, the church.
an exorcist. Then we're lucky to have you.
And the church you, Miriam. Thank you for guiding.
You wouldn't have asked if it wasn't important. But you should tell us why you need her. Miriam isn't one to shy away from danger, but she deserves to be armed with all the facts.
Yes, I told you when I contacted you that the Shardbinder Jebel is responsible for summoning the castle.
Yes, there's no mistake about that. He admitted as much.
What? You spoke to him?
Then let me get right to the point. I find it curious that the outpouring of demons, facilitated by one, just happens to coincide with the sudden awakening of the other Shardbinder, after exactly 10 years.
You're right, it is strange. But the church doesn't get to drag Miriam into this just because the timing is odd.
Oh, do you decide for her then? I asked you to bring her here so she could see the horrors that have befallen the village and make an informed choice. I have no intention of forcing you, Miriam.
You don't have to. I gave Jebel my word that I would stop him. What happened here only strengthens my resolve.
Thank you, Miriam.
Pardon me.
Oh, hello there. Are you all right?
I'm all right.
You are quite welcome. Do you...
Anne.
What a lovely name! Anne, you shouldn't be out here. Let me take you somewhere safe.
Oh, all right.
Come on, this way. I did some looking around before.
Yes.
Johannes, you, Anne, and I will remain.
What? We can't ask her to brave the castle alone?
Don't be foolish. She is trained. We would only get in the way.
That...
I'll be fine, Johannes. Please don't worry.
All right, but we'll be here if you need us.
Let's not waste any time. We have...
Come back if you need anything. I'll get a...
I know you're strong.
I will.
Ah, here she is.
I know, it's...
So, what I can do for you here in the workshop, but the alchemy is easier to show you than explain. Here, I have... So, what'll it be?
I'll go with this. 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 I'll go with this.
Once I've transmuted an item, I'll pass it on to Dominique. I'll do my best to inform you of what item, but when it comes to
I understand.
Also, the demon crystal you've obtained, the shards, each shard requires specific material. Try it when you get the chance.
I think I will.
Also, neither one of us has been eating well. If you bring me the ingredients, with proper nutrition and a varied diet,
Miriam, since this is your first time here,
Please.
I have made arrangements so you can buy. I would have liked to provide what you need for free, but seeing as we are largely cut off, I will need money in order to keep the supply
No, I understand.
I can also buy shards from you, if you know.
Wait. Is trade in demon shop?
Of course. The church would sooner gather them up, and I am not permitted to sell them, but I can. You may want to keep extras, since possessing multiple shards of the same type amplifies its power. But there is, and more importantly, if you carry a large number of shards, your body's
May accelerate, but
I still recommend selling your shards.
All right.
I think that explains everything. What are you looking to sell? Is this right? Thank you. Is this right? Then we have a deal. Is this right? Thank you. Is this many thanks? Is this many thanks? Is this thank you? Is this right? Then we have a deal. Is this many thanks? Is this many thanks? Is this right? Many thanks. Is this right? Then we have a deal. Is this thank you? Is this thank you? What are you looking to buy? Is this right? Many thanks. Is this right? Many thanks. Is this right? Thank you. Is this right? Many thanks. Oh, I forgot to give this to you. It's the key to the building.
Thank you.
I invited the other survivors. They all have troubles that need resolving.
I'll do what I can.
I know you will.
Dominique, what is all
That is photographic equipment. To put it more plainly, it allows me to...
What?
Unfortunately, I don't have the silver
I'll see if I can find...
there. It was awful.
Where are the others?
Dead, most of them. Those devils have to pay. Those
If it's with
Oh, thank you. Well, Miriam, I'll gather. I want you to hunt down the monsters and take vengeance on them. The effort.
All right.
Here's what I've turned up on them. Help my.
Got any targets for?
Here's what I've turned up on. Good work.
Have you learned anything?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Are you eating proper? What are we transmuting this time?
I'll go with this. Johannes, can you tell me?
It started when the interests of the rich shifted away from the spiritual and esoteric in favor of more material investments. The alchemist's research was expensive. The guild members didn't want to lose their wealthy patrons, so they warned again and again that demons would come if people let go of their spirituality. But people don't change that easily. So the alchemist...
You mean us?
Yes. It shames me that I was even connected to what they did. But at least...
It's all right.